Enjoying solitude is normal, but psychologists say when it crosses a certain invisible line, it can quietly change how your brain works, and most people don't even notice when it happens. What if enjoying your own company isn't just a personality trait, but a psychological defense your brain quietly built to protect you? Solitude is often praised as a strength, and for good reason. Time alone improves creativity, sharpens decision-making, and helps regulate emotions. But psychology draws a crucial distinction between choosing solitude and depending on it. One restores you, the other protects you. And that shift rarely happens dramatically. It happens slowly, almost invisibly. At some point, social interaction stops feeling energizing and starts feeling draining. Conversations feel like effort. Emotional openness feels risky. People feel unpredictable. So your brain does something remarkably efficient. It begins associating aloneness with safety. No expectations, no judgment, no emotional uncertainty, just calm. And once your nervous system learns that being alone reduces stress, it reinforces that pattern automatically, like locking a door that once kept danger out. But here's the unsettling part. When the brain learns to avoid discomfort by avoiding connection, it doesn't just block pain, it blocks possibility too. Many people who enjoy being alone too much aren't rejecting others, they're minimizing emotional exposure. Maybe they experienced subtle but repeated disappointment, misunderstanding, or rejection. Not dramatic trauma, just enough friction that the mind quietly concluded connection is unpredictable, distance is stable. It's like touching a warm stove over and over again, not hot enough to burn, but uncomfortable enough that eventually you stop reaching toward heat altogether. Protective? Absolutely. But over time, avoidance reshapes experience itself. The more time you spend alone, the lower your tolerance for social stimulation becomes. The lower your tolerance becomes, the more overwhelming interaction feels. And the more overwhelming interaction feels, the more necessary isolation seems. That's not preference anymore, that's conditioning. Your comfort zone doesn't just stabilize, it shrinks, slowly and silently, like walls moving inward 1 inch at a time. You don't notice until one day connection feels strangely exhausting even when you want it. And here's the psychological twist most people never consider. Prolonged isolation can become part of identity. Being someone who prefers being alone can feel empowering, independent, self-sufficient, emotionally controlled. But when identity is built on avoidance, it becomes fragile because it depends on maintaining distance rather than expanding capacity. Still, there is a powerful truth here. People who deeply enjoy solitude often develop extraordinary inner awareness. They think independently. They self-reflect more deeply than most. They don't rely on constant validation. That is real psychological strength. The danger is not solitude itself, it's unconscious reliance on it as emotional armor. The healthiest minds can move fluidly between connection and aloneness without fear deciding for them. So here's the question that matters more than any label or personality type. Do you enjoy being alone, or do you feel safest there? Because one is freedom, and the other is protection disguised as peace. And if this makes you rethink how you relate to the social world, the next video will challenge you even more. Tap the end screen to explore the psychology of people who don't use Instagram and discover what stepping away from digital connection reveals about identity, control, and the modern human mind.